Yo, 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 what's up? Tell you what's up, 15 plus 10, up next. Let's go. I've got kind of book writing work to do, but I had a really good lesson with Colin earlier on. We absolutely slaughtered Maya 9. Okay, and we've got a French. Grand-papa échec. En français, je pense. Okay, it's not fallen for the particular Gambit? Nope. Dimadum. Well, I'm gonna push e5. We're going for a kind of French advance with tempo. Okay. This time with feeling. Alright, now I'm happy if he wants to take here. I can recapture with the bishop. This bishop might well come out to there. So I'm thinking knight f3. In this particular situation. Okay, this is normal French behaviour. Okay. So he wants to take. See, I have no c-pawn to recapture there. Okay. I think we're just bishop e2 is a normal move. Takes. Okay, so he's ganging up. So takes, knight takes, queen takes. It's castle. We've got this space advantage. Oh, he took that one. Well, okay, we'll trade off in the middle. Queen has taken. Queen is defended. This knight is defended, so this comes for free and can't be pinned, right? That appears to come for free. And you have to move your queen. Of course you do. Right, you've got to like white. Okay, we're a pawn down. Development with tempo. That's not good. That's not brilliant. Play it. Okay. You just drop back here. Have we got anything else? Queen takes, no. Check, bishop blocks. I think on g3 it controls a lot of squares. It also curtails the knight's forward motion prospect. This knight is defended only by the queen right now. So maybe we should think about changing that. No. That's not a stupid idea. Also opens up the e-file. Or I could try and trade the knight off. You can't go there, or there, because my bishop just takes him for free. So what's he going to do? Go all the way back there? Is my bishop happier on that square? There. He's either going to let me take. Oh no, he's got knight 8 to e7. Yeah, that's not brilliant. I think the purpose of this move is to stop bishop b5 check. I don't want to trade queens, but I'd like to unpin this knight. How can we do that? I'll put my queen there with check, but then after this, I can't defend the knight because the bishop covers this square and the pawn covers these two. Oh, I can just take because the rook's hanging. Okay, let's try this. Queen can't take knight. He's in check anyway. If this, I get my knight out of trouble with a free capture. Okay. Alrighty then. Alright, now the knight is no longer under attack. Can we use this to our advantage? Here. Oh, I can't go there. What am I talking about? Bishop's guarding it. Ah! That was close. Where do I want to put my queen? I'm quite liking this bishop. Especially seeing as I could sneak a knight into one of these squares. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? There he takes... Now the rook is defended by the queen. So I feel like there's nothing for it. I have to move her maj. Okay, I'm going to put her here. Right. So he's kind of all huddled in the corner there, isn't he? Also stops this. Rook a d1, just on principle. It's an open file, no pawns of either cut. Boring. I'm just getting out of... I don't want to be trading queens. Oh, will you give over? Okay, this doesn't upset me too much. I think so. Go with some counterplay on the king side. Before he's castled. That's defended square, so we... Okay. Well, you really want to just win another pawn, do you? Okay. Fine. I can recapture 3 times, but obviously the pawn is going to be the first one. Okay. Now, h5, and again, the aforementioned controlling bishop. Anytime you get a bishop that's in this relationship with a knight, they both of them really control these forward squares, but obviously bishops have a longer range. So I'm thinking knight here. Now pawn to h5. Exactly. And that is a nasty move, and not a good kind of nasty neither. Right. Is it time? Do we just throw the kitchen sink at black now? He's still a pawn up, but damn. Seriously. Do I want a rook here and threaten? Oh, the knight defends. That's undefended. We just chuck a bishop in. Target this pawn. I feel like it's could weaken black. Right, now, I don't think this is doing you any favours, son. That's the problem. Don't really want to be pushing pawns there, do you? Eh? Having said that, I haven't got many choice. I've got knight c2. Which gives me access to this and these squares. Do we like these squares? We like... not really. I mean, that's slow, isn't it? Blocking in this bishop, do we care about that? No, the bishop has prospects. Opponent's moving really fast. He's on 17 minutes. He started on 15. And he's going for... I haven't got that square because of the queen. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's no sacrifice. And then that pawn hangs, yeah? Takes, takes, takes. We're then down a knight for 2 pawns, but I've been watching far too much Ginger GM Title Tuesday. Far too much. I've grown a big old hairy pair of ginger balls, and it's probably not good. Covered in ginger fluff. What I haven't inherited is Simon's quality. I just want to trade off now. I've got my pawn back. I want my pawn back. Right, so I've robbed him of the bishop pair. And on a board like this, look at all the space there is. Look at all this space around here, look. Ooh! And isolated pawns. Actually, to be fair, I've got exactly the same. But big difference. You haven't castled. Now, can we prevent castles? This pins the knight. But I might stick a rook on e1. How can we stop him castling? This. If he castles, is it iffy? It's quite iffy. This. Then he can't castle because I win the bishop. This takes, he can't castle either. And I still have the option of this. Boom. Okay. Yeah, but, no, but, yeah. Right, I can't go there. He still wants to trade. Why does he want to trade queens? And I haven't got 2 bishops anymore. So it's kind of meh, isn't it? This looks good because he's weak in that area. I'm just feeling... I want to stop him from castling. Is that a crap place to put a queen? This is no place for a queen. I want my tears back now. Castles. Attack. Yeah. Rook FD1. Liking it. Liking this, maybe with pressure. Rook FE1. Pin it to win it. Right there. Has he got to just push ski? Do we play this? Pin it. What if he pushes? Need bother. He's also really weak on this diagonal, isn't he? What about this pin? I like that one better. Also, option of bishop b2, which, I mean, okay. This push. This I'm not I'm threatening to take the knight and then checkmate him. So here, is he just going to push? I feel like I just want to centralise a rook and attack the queen. But rook fd1 feels like it's getting in everyone's way, so I'm going to play rook cd1. Okay. Knight's still defended by the queen. Queen defends this. He's currently holding himself together. h6, g6. Here he's just going to move his knight. Question. Where is he going to move his knight to? This is possible. f4, f5. f4, f5. Misa like this. Misa kind of like this. I also had queen here or here, putting extra pressure, but still he moves the knight and wants to trade queens, which is all he can think about, this delinquent Frenchman. Do I want my bishop back here? If I push h6, he pushes g6, yeah? Do I want my bishop here and actually go after h7? He wants to simplify, I think, is his position's crap. Is this good or bad? Je vais prendre un café pendant que j'y pense. No, well that's too enthusiastic because now it's pissed coffee all over the desk. Got loads of time, 7 minutes. We win games in that time. That's not even playable. That, I think, is going to force g6. Or do we just carry on with the previous plan? That was the idea, wasn't it? Then, and then, and then, this, and then, and then, and then. Mate. What? That's defended. I'm just pushing h6. What's Harry in French? Harold. Do they have the name Harold in French? Woof. Okay, takes is taking back with the quidge. The queenage. Queenie McQueen face. I don't want to give him the pleasure. I don't think he wants to do this, because if he did, he'd have done it previously. So what I'm thinking now, I really want to stick up. Can I stick that there? And then this? And then it's like, it sucked to be you. And he can't attack me from there with his knight, and he can't attack me from there with his knight, and the bishop... Bollocks! Well, I think that up until that point I was doing rather well. Have a quick look at the anal cyst. Tits. I wish it wouldn't do that. It just said 33. I was winning. I was just winning. I had a blunder, but we're not going to do a post-mortem there. What, 54 accuracy? No, that was my best ginger nuts impression. Let's do another one. Maybe we should be doing 10 minutes. 15 plus 10, you get too many grown-ups. Okay, it's just the same old repertoire, so we're going Freddy repertoire. Oh, the Rousseau Gambit. Why am I playing another 1800? No, you shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that. Now, there's only two moves, really. The knight retreats, or queen e2. Queen e2 is actually worse. Queen e2 is met with queen e7. There's queen e2, yeah, the idea is it pins the pawn. Okay, so if this diagonal is ever open in the Freddy Ruder repertoire, and this is a move I don't know if I've ever seen, but I think pawn to d5 with tempo. Okay, this is fine, and yeah, and then we recapture with the bishop targeting this and that. If you play heaps of blitz, then I think 15 plus 10 is like, you're asking for trouble. But black's already better here. That I think is not good. I've got knight d4 attacking the queen and the bishop. Free move, isn't it? Queen comes here. Maybe. Maybe baby. Here. Bishop c5 and threatening that with check, winning the queen. At which point it officially sucked to be you. If I should... I've got... I don't know, just something... You know, like sometimes you just have a memory of moves. I've got a memory that this is the move. And I might be talking out my arse. We've had no cultural references so far. I've been listening to Nightwish. God bless them. What a band. Finnish symphonic rock band with a Dutch singer who is an absolute goddess. Okay. It attacks our bishop, precious. I think we just drop back to b6. We've still got c6 to come. That was a queen fort, technically. The bishop was undefended, and the bishop is the defender of the knight, so we need to move the bishop, well, the only defender of the knight, I should say. No. That's a move I wanted to play anyway. Instincts. Instincts. Open this up and that, but he defends. Ah. But this bishop is now what we call shit. Shuffling backwards and forwards like a lion in a tiny cage. Been a bit heartbroken as well. Somebody, driver, ran into a horse yesterday on the road, 100 metres that way. Broke the horse's leg. So police had like shut the road off. I'm driving down. I can't drive into here, so I ended up just abandoning the van and walking back with dog. Anyway, somebody said the police were there. They shut the thing off both ways, and they said the vet had come out to euthanise the horse, which is just tragic. And apparently, the "see you next Tuesday" also didn't stop, which is very poor. And speaking of very poor, we'll come back to B3 in a minute. And so then I'm walking up the road, and the horse, bless its little soul, is standing there with its back left leg clearly in trouble and a bit of a puddle of blood on the floor. It's like 6 ladies from the riding place all just gathered round it, and it's like there, it's obviously in a bit of distress, but it's standing there like waiting to die. But you know, it's like, someone tell me in the comments, these animals are so heavy that apparently they just, you break a leg, it'll never heal. That's my understanding. Anyway, what's wrong with this move? Pause and answer the question. Remember what we were just saying about taking here, and then we've got double eyes on there, which also comes with a 4 potentially if we take with the knight, right? Yeah? But the bishop defended. Well, now it doesn't. Got queen e7 check, but the real threat I think is this. That wins a pawn and a rook, really. The power. And this bishop is now also obese. Yeah. It sucked to be you. Any fans of Avenue Q? Oh. If you get the chance, if you're ever in a big city and Avenue Q is on and you've got a sense of humour, then just don't think twice, you just buy tickets, right? A couple of quick ones in the bar before you go in, you'll enjoy it even more. It's like, it's been around for ages. Okay, first thought is just King F7 here. King F7, and you're in a world of pain because I'm still threatening this. Now with a family fork, thank you very much, I'm also threatening this. And it sucks to be you in a completely different way. And I'm threatening this, potentially winning the rook. Okay, now. Right, it's attacking my bishop. Fair play. I've got rook e8 check. Knight can't block because rook takes, and it sucks to be you. I've got pawn takes this. You take my bishop, I take your rook and get a second queen. Thank you. So I think pawn takes is probably the move. I mean, this check, he just goes here. And then what? I win that rook. It's an embarrassment of riches here, but you know, for sake of, don't want to waste everybody's time. Go on, have the bishop. And this is something I've missed. But it's not, look at this, this is awful. Look at what are we on, move 14. You're not defending this though, are you? And now I have 2 queens. Guess what? I lied. Guess what? So did I. But I lied twice. Okay. chill. Jill, I've got 13 and a half minutes on the clock, and I'm 15 materials in front. That shit just doesn't happen. Right. Let's take stock and count our assets and liabilities, right? A terrible bishop, and all the rest of his bits are still in the box, which just absolutely King Kahuna sucks. I'd like to move this knight. For two reasons. One is it opens up this bishop. The second is it's under attack by the queen. This is also under attack by the queen. But that is also defended. But if I move the knight, the bishop's not defended. I mean, Jesus, how many ways are there to win? I can't see one right now. But there's got to be one. It's like this. I was really tempted to put the rook on the open file, but rook f8, king g8. And it's like, what do you got? I think I might just do that, but there's so many things I can't take there because queen defends. Fuck it, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that. He's got nothing. He's got not a sausage. I could just save my piece with that as well. That's the move. Was that move on last move? No. It's after he moved his pawn. Yeah, you didn't think, did you? Okay, he's moved the old king, which makes some sense. Now this. Oh no, I can't do that because I'll be putting myself in check, and that's apparently frowned upon. However, this or this. Gwyneth, which is the queen's name. Does it not? Check. Check. They're both checks from the bishop. The queen could block the check. Happy days. Nothing to choose between them. Pull the trigger. This is an absolute shit kicking. I've even got... No, I haven't. Oh, I have. White resign. Well, that hurt. Let's have a look. I know you're supposed to analyse your losses, but my channel. Opponent's made one blunder so far. Look, why can you please just hide this stuff? Because because it's moving as well, it draws your eye. Anything that moves draws your eye, particularly when it's around the periphery of your eye. I used to be quite well known in usability space, but we're going back to the 2000s here. Damn, that's just like... And down we go. 94 accuracy, 1 inaccuracy, which was my signature move, so you can stick that up your arse and smoke it. He made one blunder, the boy. One blunder. Very common. And just, look at the win rate here. What's it? It's set to 16, 18, 2000, right, on Lichess, which is intermediate. Decent intermediate level. 62% win rate already. Right? If they take the pawn, this is where the problems start. And the computer says zeros, right? 62% win rate already in the Rousseau. And the number of people who just do that, okay? Now, here, quick lesson in the Rousseau. There is a full course on it called the Freddy Krueger repertoire, okay? The computer says this is fine, right? The computer doesn't mind that at all. Minus 0.4. After which everyone's... Well, they're not. Bishop... This is the issue. But then you have to move your king. And the computer thinks this is actually alright. But in this position, I always just play knight f6 because I'm old and it's a rule. And it's minus 0.3, so seriously, dude. Okay, anyway. So the point is you are preventing queen h5 check, which can be horrible because we have no f-pawn, basically. So, Laughing Boy does this, which is his blunder, f3. So I throw in d5, which is what any fool would do, which is what everybody does 92% of the time. The other 8% don't know what they're thinking. Free move, grabbing the centre, why not? Okay, bishop takes f5 is the most common move. Bishop c5 is also okay, which is this one. I think we snatched the pawn. It's minus 2.4. At high level, that's almost winning. Queen here, definitely inaccurate. And the move is knight d4. There's also things, if this pawn is ever on here and you play knight d4, threatening this, the queen goes here or here, you take with the knight anyway, if the queen takes the knight, you take this pawn with a discovered check by your... Oh, that's a different thing. But anyway, that's if you've got both queens on here. I'm just going back a bit. If they play this move, you do the same thing, queen e7. Same thing in the Vienna Gambit. Then the knight has to retreat anyway, and you do develop that knight f6, yeah. And then a lot of times you come into this. So let's just show like a sample line. What's the most common move? Okay, pawn to d3. There you go. Right? Now look, knight d4, 87% win rate. This is just a lovely trap. I've had it a bunch of times. So we're hitting the queen. Okay? We're also hitting this pawn, which comes with a fork. Right? So the queen thinks, well, I'll get out of line of this. I'll get to say, it doesn't matter which square they go to. It doesn't matter. You take anyway. You take anyway. Hitting the king. Whatever. More than half the time, the queen will just take and then take. And you're hitting the queen. And it's check, disco. The only way to resolve both issues is that, which doesn't work. And by the way, you take the pawn, not the queen, because knight takes queen. And you win him. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, from this point, really, not this point, it's losing. It's just basically losing. Was that the best move, bishop c5? It certainly was. The old instincts kicking in. Still got it, mate. Computer says you can take here and give up the bish. Or queen e7 and defend the bish. That would have been a good idea. And threatening this. I didn't even think of that. Didn't think of defending the bishop. Duh. So this was inaccurate. Over a pawn worse. See, you live and learn. There's always something to learn from all those games. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. The first game was, I thought, a good game, and the computer said, look at you two. But it was a stupid gambit, wasn't it? The Dime Dum Gambit at the start against the French. But it wins me a ton of games. And my opponent declined it. Like a Frenchman. And no offence to the French. I love the French. As everybody knows, it's just a joke. We're having a laugh. Right? If you want serious chess, go to Juzarov's channel or Gotham's or Eric's or John's or whatever. They're all great. Or Chess Dog. Or Colin's channel. A fool wittering on about chess. Much more serious. And a lot less silliness. So if silliness isn't your thing, then plenty of other channels. If silliness is your thing, oh my god, you're in the right place. Yeah, we have a laugh. That's the point. It's a bloody game at the end of the day, isn't it, kids? Anyway, enough of me wittering on. See you later.